We gotta glow like the chosen few. Just look at me and look at you. Yeah, it's noticeable. It's noticeable. It's noticeable.
What's happening, young world? Say no more. Back at you today. And today we're gonna be talking about does age really matter when you're dating somebody? Is it a factor? Does it mean anything to you? What's up?
Absolutely. Off the bat, absolutely.
In what way? In what way does it mean anything to you? Does it mean too old, too young?
Both. Like, I've had experiences where it's been too much of a gap in between me and a guy. Like, they don't understand.
Don't have nothing in common.
Yeah, they don't, not even not have nothing in common. They don't understand, like, my generation. My girls, we liable to have a sleepover. You know what I'm saying? Like, we teenagers. We liable to be in our footy pajamas, chilling, girl talking, and he like,
he don't understand it.
He like, why y'all kicking it like that?
Is that coming from a dude that's younger than you?
Nah, that's older.
Right.
You know, like he just didn't understand. And then on the flip side, like, I can't deal with no dude that's younger because they don't really understand my life and my priorities.
Mm-hmm. Right.
They don't understand that, hey, I'm a mom before any and everything. And no, you're not gonna come kick it at my house.
Right.
You're not coming to play with my son.
Nope.
He's not even gonna see
know
you. He's not even gonna know your name. You are gonna be non-existent to him. Batman in the night. You gonna come through the dark night.
Slip up in and slip up out.
Right.
She said Batman.
Right. You gonna come through when he sleep, and then you gonna be gone
Before
before he wake up.
Thank you.
And they don't understand that, or they still in this stage where they wanna, pop mollies and party.
The turn up is still real for them.
Right. And I mean, don't get me wrong.
We
I
got
go out.
bedtimes right.
Right. I go out there once in a while, but I got a real job. You know what I'm saying? That requires real attention. That's another part of it. They want to be like, oh, why you ain't text me back? Because I got a real job.
Right.
Where I can't have my phone. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait till my break time for me to communicate
Or
with
even
you.
because I have kids. I can be at home and I have kids. Like, I have real responsibilities when I go home. I have to cook and clean and get kids prepared. And
homework.
I don't have time to be boo loving with you all day like we kids. And
Right. Even aside from that, I feel like when I get home, I already only have this much time to spend with my child as it is.
That's real.
So I feel like I need to give my child at least 30 minutes to an hour of my attention.
Right.
I mean, it may not be undivided, but even if it's just us kicking it, reading a book, or
you know me, I like to play devil's advocate. And you know, what about the young man that, I don't know, he grew up rough. And what I mean by that is, he been taking care of his little brothers and sisters all his life.
So you got the same struggle.
He grew up with a single mother. He been watching after them since he was 12, 11, 13 years old. All he knows is cooking dinner, helping with homework. You know what I mean?
That's different though. His culture is different from the young boy partying every weekend.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
I know the young man with the old souls.
The young man with the old souls.
Yeah.
I still can't do it.
Still can't do it?
She said she's not bad.
It's just strange for you at that point.
For me, like,
too grown.
I tried it. I did a 5-year gap. It was just too. It was nothing wrong, but we just lived 2 different lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just lived 2 different lives. A year, maybe? A year I can do it. You're younger. Maybe 2. 2 might be pushing it. Anything under that, I mean, until maybe I hit 30. Like, when I hit 30.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think once you hit a certain age doesn't even matter anymore. Like, if I'm 30 and he's 40, it really doesn't matter. Like, but if you 30 and he's 20, then that's strange. But like 30 and 40, like I personally would do older. Like, I wouldn't probably do younger either, because younger is, even if you got the same struggles, it's just still like brothers and sisters. Having brothers and sisters is way different from having actual children.
What kind of life have you lived?
Right.
Have
Like,
you lived?
it's not the same. I like maturity and I like old souls, and I really feel like I'm only gonna get that from somebody that's probably an older person whose priorities are different. Like, when I'm ready, if I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to settle down and buy a house, like, I don't really think a person, me being 33 or 25-year-old, would be ready for those same responsibilities at that age. But somebody 40 would be, somebody 45 would be like,
And then they got their credit right.
I need you to be done with your whole phase. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like everyone needs one.
right.
But, and I'm not saying that older guys are unfaithful, but lower 20s. I ain't
It's
gonna say
expected for them to have more
right.
mistakes.
You guys don't know, man.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, you gonna do your thing.
Yo,
regardless,
whole
but-
phase, 20? Maybe. But what about the man that hit that midlife crisis? Well, he like, shit. It's a lot of young dames walking around here that look good.
Listen, 'cause I
That look real good.
I think hoe
and
phases
they
come
40.
and go. Like you might have faux hoe phases in your life. It's not
Yeah,
one
that's
phase.
real
Exactly.
shit.
I'm still hoeing. I got a man and a girl. I'm still hoeing.
Lord.
That's real talk, because there's plenty of old dudes.
It is. You gotta be real
all the
about
time
it.
trying to holler at me, and they got a
All
whole
the
ring on
time.
their finger, and I'm like,
Yes.
you still in your whole head.
What you doing?
But it's not necessarily even for me the whole phase. It's just
Sometimes
you
it's just
wear
a
out.
personality.
Yeah, like just maturity wise. I'm just attracted to the older male figure.
So what about you,
It
Sophia?
makes
10
me
years
daddy thing,
younger?
you know?
Would you date 10 years younger? Would you date 10 years older?
I'm not dating 10 years younger. Just like she said, you're 20. I'm 31. I have to think about it. 31.
Don't do it. No, don't do it.
I'm 31, so somebody 10 years younger than me, first of all, what job have you been working for? You know what I'm saying? What kind of lifestyle you live? Because I try to put, when I'm talking to somebody, I see what you got going on, and I imagine myself, do I want to be a part of that?
Right. Do I even want to help you build to get where
Right.
I
Do
want
I
you to
have-
be? Like,
I have to put more into that when it comes to a younger man, but
Like, are you worth upgrading?
exactly.
Right.
I feel like
Worth
I'm
my
raising
time.
another kid. I don't
Yes.
have time for that. I got
Can't
to
raise a man.
myself, so I'm not
Or
trying to
women
be
for that
raising
matter. Don't
somebody
get it
else.
twisted.
But I see that might be part of the reason that, you know, I kind of find it difficult for women to find who they're really looking for. Y'all go into most every situation looking at that person as a potential companion or soulmate. What about the person or the young man that you might just want to have fun?
I'm usually looking for.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
Surely don't.
Maybe I'm wrong. But in my lifetime,
You
in my lifetime, don't get me wrong, because the men you just effing, we don't even know. Y'all can keep him in the bedroom. I'm talking about, but the men that you want to spend time with and go out on dates and everything like that, do you not look at them as potential
Nah,
companions?
nah.
So you can spend time with a man, you can go out on the town,
And
introduce him to your family, and not look at it as a
Right.
potential
I've
soulmate.
been there, done that. I
Okay.
knew from the jump, like,
I-
this is gonna go nowhere.
Sometimes you just be
But
like,
we
I'm
gotta
gonna spend a couple months with you, and that's it.
See, I'm too old. I don't have time to be wasting my time with nobody. So I can't give you these few couple of months in my life because I ain't got but so many seconds to
They do that when they're young.
A lot of them up.
I done used all of them already on another fuckboy. I don't have time to be wasting.
I used up all my fucks.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
saying, like, I've been in that position, like Chuck said, where I knew, like, I don't want this to go nowhere, but we got a
It's
dope
just
connection, we
fun
have
for
fun
Right.
together, you something to do when it's nothing to do.
Mm.
But, you know, as far as, like, settling down with them, nah, I think that we know what we want out of you when we meet you. If we just want to smash, we know that when we see you. You know what I'm saying? If we think it could be more, we know that after chilling with you,
Couple times.
it might not even be a couple of times. We might know that after texting you for a minute. But if you get to texting me all stupid.
Well, see, that's why I'm not into younger dudes, because that's all the younger
Wanna
dudes want to
text.
do is text all day. Like, how do you build anything with somebody if all we doing is texting, and texting you can misinterpret communication and tone
I'm
a
in the
lot
wrong
of the time.
place.
Like, let's have a grown person conversation. Let's have a real face-to-face. And the younger generation, they ain't really with all that, because they sending you the same good morning day. They done copied and pasted to 6 other people anyway. And that's how I feel about text messages.
So brothers in their 40s don't have cell phones?
They have
We
cell
got texting.
phones, but the
But
nine
the 40s
is usually we can have more of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like we
If
can
a
have
man,
I got 50-year-old men in my inbox right now with
Right
the
now.
phone.
right now,
Right now.
right now. So
Right.
if-
I mean, it's on airplane mode, but I can open it right now.
you what, 20, what?
I am 23 years old.
If you meet a man that was, let's say, 40,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Is he off limits because of his age?
Of course
or
not.
no? Would you,
My daddy gonna look at me funky, but no, he's not off limits. But I gotta assess what's he like. The same way you gonna do with any other man. What do you do in your midnight hours? What do you do for a living? How are you gonna help me progress? How can I help you build? How are we gonna grow together? You're not off limits, but I'm gonna keep you at a distance because I know for a fact you're not coming from the same generation. I know you're not coming from the same culture. I know if you're 40 and you're looking at me,
you probably.
I know what I am. What do you really want
Yeah, a
from me?
40-year-old and a 23-year-old, he probably
What
wants
you
you to
want?
see if he can F her or if he can mold her into being what it is he
So
wants
I
her
am
to
more
be.
cautious, but then again, I don't feel like I'm any less cautious with anybody else either.
Right.
I mean,
Well, what about you, Chuck?
what about me?
Yeah, 'cause you directing all the questions to us, but I mean,
you
how do you
think
feel
about
as
it?
far as right? Older
Would
women,
you
younger
date a
women?
woman who's maybe 72 years old?
Hell
That is
no, that's just too old. Nah,
How about 50?
I couldn't do
58.
50 because that's like my mama age.
I mean,
So,
you're almost
I mean,
40. I mean,
No, I'm fine. Hold on.
Right.
Hold on.
He got a 45-year-old person's hat.
Just
He acted like,
entering the
he sure do you looking
I'm
like
just-
Leo over there.
I'm just entering the 36 chambers, alright, of life, okay? So don't try to round me.
Right.
Listen,
45.
I don't try to round me up to the nearest 10, okay?
40 yards.
Don't try to round me up to the nearest 10. I'm saying
At this point, you're
at
older
age,
than some people.
I'm at that age right now where, when I'm out, I can get the best of both worlds. Right now, the age I am, it's young girls looking at me, and it's the older ones looking at me. Don't get me wrong, it's really both. I get both.
But which one are you okay dealing with someone that's 23 years old, or would you feel more comfortable dealing with someone your age? I mean, what's your take on it?
Dealing with is what we talking about as far as having fun. Or we talking about trying to spend
like
life with.
spending
Spend your
life
life
with,
with
like
them.
dating, like you're dating with the intentions of it possibly being more.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It depends. It all depends. It's not a. I don't. It depends on the person. It's not a yes or a no answer for me. You know what I mean? It depends on where that person is, where her her mentals are. You know what I mean? How does she conduct herself in public? What are her priorities lie? You know what I mean? It's all about what kind of fabric she's made of at that age. It's not a no-go because I'm like, oh no, you know what, 23-year-olds, they like to party. And that's just it. Maybe that 23-year-old is cut from a different cloth.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Maybe that 43-year-old
Is a silly
cut
ass
from
woman.
a silly ass woman.
Uh-huh.
Right. So it's to each his own. Do I think age is a factor? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because if my daughters,
That's
I always
okay,
go back to talking about them. Because if they brought home a man, they 19, they brought home a man that's 35, 40, I'm going to be like, yo,
What do you
no, it's not happening.
Yeah,
It's
what
not
do
going
What
on.
do you want?
Do y'all ever have those moments like where maybe like, okay, like my friends my age, they, we enter in our 30s and they got like dudes that they dealing with that's like you said, like 60, 70, like, do you ever sit back and think like, yo,
Are you
You-
smashing?
not even that, like even if they are smashing, like,
Thinking I ain't
this is
signing
a
this prenup.
whole perv in real life, like,
But how you that old? crushing?
right, because my thing is this, when you were 30,
You should know you out the game.
I was a baby.
That's how
You know
I
what
look
I'm
at it.
saying?
That's exactly like you
Like-
was waiting for a woman to get to this age because you really was feeling them way back then. And you knew you couldn't get away with it. Like
Right,
that's
like
how feel.
I got
You shouldn't even want
homegirls,
to have no sex.
I got
anymore at this
homegirls who
point.
in high school were
I ain't gonna
smashing
deny nobody. no
real
pleasure.
life grown men.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, we're in high school, but you're still a pedophile. Like you're a straight up pedophile. It's nasty.
Well, I was there, and I remember, like, I was in high school, and my boyfriend at the time was a whole grown ass man too. Like, picked me up, dropped me off.
He wasn't a grown.
I mean, he was still considered. Yeah, he was 22, and I was 17. Like, yes, like.
But that's not the gap that I'm
I'm
talking
just trying
about.
to get all of my personal
That's
life.
what I'm
saying.
At least he still remember high school.
That's not the gap that I'm talking about, because that's realistically only a few years.
What about if you're 18 and he tell you he's 25 and you're really 30?
Like, that's gross. That's nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 18 maybe, okay, whatever. But I'm just saying, like, for the guys who you 16, 17, and the dude you messing with is 30.
Yeah.
There's no way that as a 30-year-old,
you
you should be interested in a 16-year-old little girl. At the end of the day, she's a little girl, no matter how grown she looks, no matter how, I mean, I see memes on the internet all day long, like, oh, this is what we used to look like at 14, and this is what 14-year-olds
Look
look
like
like
now.
now.
It's a big
They
difference.
do look grown, but at the end of the day, when you know that this little girl is 14, why are you even thinking of her in that mirror?
You
should hear that number and
immediately become unattracted to the situation.
Just turn your ears off
Yep.
and ignore your dick for
Nah.
a minute. Like,
Yeah, but I'm talking about consensual adults.
consensual adults is different. It's all up to the two
Yeah.
people involved.
So at what age do you believe that we're consensual, adults? At what age do you have to be a consensual,
In
a
this country,
consenting
18.
25.
18?
I was gonna say 25.
What'd you say?
Because at 18, you probably still used to 18. You still got a teenage thought process. Yeah, like you
Yeah,
really
yeah.
are making the best sound decisions at 18. 25, you've experienced a little bit enough to know what you expect or what you want at this age. So if you're 25 and you need to do that's 35 and you feel like you're mature enough for it, go for it.
At 18, I was still out here walking around with Elmo, like
Same.
Right.
I'm walking around with him now.
childish. Like I can honestly say I didn't grow up until about 25, and I already had a whole kid and everything.
Right.
Like, and I mean, even still to this day at 28, sometimes I'm still tripping. Like, damn, I'm a fucking adult. Like,
I got a whole
right, I got a
middle
whole
schooler. Like,
right, I got a
what's
whole
happening?
kid. I'm still making decisions, thinking like, damn, is my grandma gonna trip?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still walking around like my grandma hate tattoos. I'm still walking around like,
Covering up
hey,
everything.
let me not let her
Wearing
see
long
this tattoo right quick, cause she gonna trip that I got another tattoo, forgetting that I'm a whole adult out here. Like,
So at 25, it's legit. So at 25, if you dating a 45-year-old, that's okay.
See, why you
that's
having
what you
jump
wanna
like
do.
legal?
Yeah, like if they both are mature about it and she knows what she wants out of it and he knows what he's getting, then you obviously know you dating a younger girl, she hasn't lived the same life you lived, and then they both, you know what I'm saying, they want that, then why not?
It's possible.
So you think it's
It's possible.
legit? So a man that dates or a woman that dates, if he's 45 and she's 25, if he dates down to a 25-year-old, that's just what it is. There's not something mentally disturbing.
No,
about that?
see, part of me, I'm gonna ask that question, or I'm even gonna ask like, why were you waiting on me? Like, there wasn't nobody else that came along in the last 45 years of your life that you could have settled down with.
That's not
But
why
yeah,
I
that's
wait.
it.
But then when it comes to that, a lot of dudes will look for, like, older men, they look for women to give them that, you know, their vitality back. Some of them may feel like they have lost something, they, you know what I'm saying, they living in a rut, and a younger woman give them that spirit, make them want to do something, so.
Well, they also looking for that submissiveness, like.
And a lot of young women be looking for that father.
Just
I
because
was
they're
just gonna
young,
say
don't
that.
mean
Like,
they
I had
see
daddy issues.
A lot of women look
That's
for
a
that father
stereotype.
And I'll admit it and say I would prefer an older man all day just because I like that like authority of like, you
and
know,
the stability.
yeah, the stability.
The
of
stability
it.
that comes with it.
Because you're an alpha female.
Look,
That's
you don't
different.
tell me what to,
You want me to tell it. You want me to tell it. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm mean as hell. I'm mean.
me too.
I mean, I'm the same way as far as we the same age. You tell me shut the hell up, I'm probably telling you shut the hell up too. But if he older and he has this whole other authority about him, then I might be like, oh, this why I like older men. Yeah.
See, now you're ranging from this is what I like to I might have a kink here. That's a whole kink.
She would take it
whole
to the finish
thing.
thing, right?
No, I'm so serious though.
Her face.
That's where it
Yeah,
starts
so
because I'm super serious. That's where it starts. A lot of people are like, well, I like the idea of somebody taking care of me. I like to be taken care of, and they're like, oh, well, there's more to it. I can be more. I mean, I'm not gonna go into all the different kinds of submissives that there are, but it starts in small thoughts like that. I like it when you tell me to shut the hell up over something stupid and I really do it. That's where it starts.
Yeah, and I agree. It's the same thing. Like if it's a woman that's younger, and she's like, I'm like, shut up.
And she like, okay.
But or she might not be like, okay.
She might not. That's called a brat.
If she's younger,
That's
I'll be less likely to deal with
Hold
it.
your name.
But if she's older
It's okay. I'm a brat.
and she's bringing X, Y, Z to the table, and she's like, I'm trying to tell you what I feel like is good for you,
Right.
I might be inclined to listen to it.
That's
You know what I mean? Like how Nick Cannon had Mariah Carey. I don't know if I'd let her go. I don't know how he let her go.
Cause she's an Aries, and every Aries is
But she
a
was
diva.
older.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I was referring to
He
an
got
older
it.
relationship.
Yeah, but
And I don't know if I'd have been
He got a
inclined.
complex.
You know, I don't know. I think I'd have endured, you know,
You
yesterday.
would've stuck.
I was like, I know she go to sleep, she take her pills about 9 o'clock.
Aries. She out acting up with the boy, right? She gonna say it to me.
Her drinking
I'm
shit.
just,
I mean, but
I'm just saying, I
I'm just
hope they
saying.
had consensual non-consent before this happened. Just throwing it out there.
I'm just saying that it's kind of like you said, like I am a brat. And that's part of the reason why I probably prefer to go older because I need you to put me in my place. But not to say a younger dude can't. My man now is younger than me, and he starts talking, and I'd be like, oh,
That baritone get you sometimes.
right.
You
That
a whole
tone,
king out
I'd be
here.
like, oh, let me shut up. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, like I said, like a 5 to 7 year gap. As far as the older, I'm cool with that. But younger,
I
hell
think
no.
So 10 years, you got 5 to 7. 10, what you got?
I go whatever I want.
what's
I probably
appropriate?
would not go lower.
I'm talking about like relationship, not just dating, but like actual relationships.
In relationships?
Like you're not gonna be with a 60-year-old man.
No, probably not. I'm shallow. I like you to look like I look.
Thank
Right,
you.
No.
I'm vain.
I'm real shallow and I'm extra vain. Yes, I'm a narcissist at the end of the day.
Right.
So you need to be as attractive as I am. So you probably need to be almost as young as I am. My man right now,
Hey.
he's 26.
But it's some fine.
Yes,
No disrespect.
Look, Idris Elba said to me
Chuck
right
daddy,
now.
though, back in the day when I first met Chuck and his daddy, I was like, yo, he fine.
The same way to go for her
So-
mom. I was like, damn, did I
Yo.
make a mistake?
Right,
Did I
I
meet
picked the
her
wrong
first?
shot.
Her mama was the same way back in the day.
She was bad though.
Bad.
Definitely was bad.
Dad, I was scratching my neck like,
Yeah, like,
But your daddy is fine though.
I know. I used to put up like, hey, yo, his daddy just came over here.
Look good,
Like-
jeans run deep.
Right, like, but see, also though, I think the reason why I would date older as well is because an older man, if he 50 and I'm late 20s, early 30s, I can manipulate you a lot more too because you're usually only
Yes.
with me because, like you said, you're trying to get that spot back, or you still think I'm pretty, I'm arm candy to you, so I can manipulate you and I can be a brat in a lot of ways and get what I want. I can't get that from no dude if I'm 33 and he 25. We both crying about who gonna get what, when, what.
That's
You
all topic from the bottom.
know what I'm saying?
not necessarily. Not necessarily. In my opinion, not necessarily. If you 35, he 25, he might be more inclined to do what you say just because you saying it and he's respecting that older woman.
Not these 25s and under.
Nah.
25 and under is a whole nother go to hell in the handbasket generation. Like they not.
Sound like you ain't got no confidence in the
not-
coochie. Sound like you ain't got no confidence in the coochie if you ask me. You put it on a 25-year-old like he ain't never had it put on him. He gonna be like,
I mean, I get
what do you
that.
want? What do you want? What do you want me to do? You want me to take out the trash, fix the car, do anything you want me to do?
See, and in my
He ain't gonna
house,
have to fix the
I just want to bring you
Like, you want me to run your bath? What a baby.
Exactly.
But in my house would be-
Exactly.
like that's another reason why I can't date younger because I need you to be sexually comfortable. I need
Right.
you
Don't
to,
ask me, just do it.
I need you to know what you like sexually, what you want. I need you
I don't
be
have
able-
to teach you.
Right, not even just teach you. I need you to understand how to communicate what you want. I don't need you to come to me like, bitch, put your dick in my mouth.
Or you smashing me the same
That's
way you
what-
smash all the other chicks because you got this young boy that An older man gonna ask you questions, like how that feel, or tell me what you like, or I can tell him what I like and I'm comfortable with it. Young dudes stick to like
They just get in it and get going.
Listen,
Like, what are you doing?
And they having sex one kind of way, in one place. You know, they might be a little bit adventurous, but like I used to sell sex toys, so I'm a little bit open. You know what I'm saying when it comes to the sex
Let's
game.
play with these.
Yeah,
and
let's
young
play-
dudes
let's
like,
play with this.
Oh, what you trying to
Let's
say? My
add
DM ain't good. Like,
Why?
Why are you
like,
intimidated
how
by
this
something
feels
that doesn't
too.
have feelings?
Are you listening, men out there over 40, 45? Are you listening?
Do not be intimidated by something that
Don't
have
be
feelings.
worried about your age. At a midlife crisis, hearing it first from beautiful young ladies, it doesn't matter. No need to feel young again. You're at your age for a reason. Stick to it and love it. Love yourself, man. Because I don't know one brother that's 25, even my age, going in their 40s, 50 years old, that wouldn't want to be 25 again. I'll tell you that right now. Every man in their late ages, the stories they tell, boy, when I was 25, boy, if I could go back to 25,
Oh, no.
You gotta hear y'all talk.
Feel the same
Gotta
way.
hear y'all
If I
talk.
can go back to 21 again.
But listening to y'all
y'all
talk though,
Right.
when it comes to sexual preferences and needs, you
You
know what I mean? You would think that older men, y'all good. Y'all good with older men, not younger men. But we would want to go back to being 25, just like y'all want to go back to being 25. You know what I mean? Because we think that's when we was in our prime.
Nah, I need that sexual maturity.
Yeah, that's
I need that
sexual
sexual maturity. I need for you to know that sex ain't just
Sex.
Yes,
sex. I need you to know that
It
it
is some
starts.
action and
It
some-
starts before we even get in the room.
yes.
It starts
Foreplay.
when you get in my phone. I need you to be foreplay and me all
Oh,
day.
Have you waiting for you at the front door?
Right,
Like,
Right.
wait,
My underwear should already be ruined before we in the bedroom.
Right.
I don't need you to, and I don't need you to get in the bedroom and think that you gonna laugh at me like you a 2-month-old kitten. Like,
You're not digging the China.
no, like, and
It's a lot more to go with it.
head ain't the only foreplay that there is.
It's not.
And I need you to be at a maturity level where you understand it and where you allow me to be sexually free without you looking like,
Like,
oh,
say-
bitch, where you learn that? from?"
Right.
You gotta be open to learning
That's
yourself.
what a young dude gonna be like.
They gonna be like,
Regardless of if you're young or old, you gotta be open to learning about it.
Yep.
Especially if you have an adventurous game.
I don't think he gonna be like, where you learn this. He be like, nigga.
You
You wouldn't believe what she did.
She's like, can you do that
Yeah,
again?
just like what she said as far as bringing toys to the room. Like, I've had conversations with people at work before, and I've heard guys, young guys say, like, a vibrator, I wish a chick would bring a vibrator.
Because the thought of, because
he
it's
feels
like,
replaced.
it's like you're not enough. When you start to bring
But an
additional,
older man not thinking that.
See,
An
that's your
older
own
man knowing,
insecurity,
like,
that's
she
your
want
own
to use
personal
this
problem.
and I get to do this too at the same
hold
time.
on. Okay, so when he be like, all right, so Daddy, I was thinking about bringing Sophia in the room because you know, I kind of like what I like.
Saving up for our sex
I'm
song,
just
right?
saying.
That's a whole other
I'm just
conversation.
saying, y'all got gadgets and gadgets. What kind of gadgets and gadgets do you got?
One man too. Y'all got sex
got
toys
sex
right now.
Oh, nobody want that
It's
damn.
so big.
You can bring a plastic.
They don't want no plastic. They got some shit that look like a flashlight. Nobody want to put a flashlight on their
I
head.
will say,
Nobody want to do that.
I will say this
There's
though,
plenty
like,
of people that's doing it.
It's plenty.
So a young man,
I've sold
why would a young man even want to, you know, I'm saying y'all got gadgets and gadgets. When you go to the sex store, it's plenty of stuff for y'all to operate with. They might have a small section for men, but y'all got the whole damn
You wanna know
store.
why? We're less insecure about it. Men have this whole hyper-masculinity thing where they feel like they have to be the one to provide everything.
Right.
They have to be the one to give that good dick. They
What
can only
okay,
be the one
William
to
just
do it.
say? He said just give it a dick. It don't matter if you give it a good dick, bad dick,
Uh-huh.
just give her the dick.
Just
But
give her the
men
dick,
have
she'll figure it out.
insecurities with it, right?
Yes, they have the insecurities. And the reason that men aren't more comfortable saying, well, maybe we should make more sex toys for ourselves. Do you hear anybody saying that?
Because it's been a stigma for us, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Since youngins.
It ain't your fault.
Right.
Whether
but
you
it's-
was
but
when
it's
you
a
first was
stigma,
getting it or
though.
when you was not
It's
getting
a
it.
stigma.
You gotta
But
work
this
to
is-
break
This
it.
is my thing
Right.
too. One thing that I realized, even me under 25, sexually, I can't say that I knew myself. I can't say that I knew what pleased me. I was more, trying to fit. I didn't even know if I was having good sex or not. You know what I'm saying? I was more worried about how long.
So
it
did it
was.
take-
I'm sorry
Did
for
it
y'all.
take-
I knew
did it
that.
take-
I discovered something new about myself.
Yes, I knew my body.
I think we might be.
Why?
I think we might be veering off. Hold on, this is not a
I
sex.
think we are.
This is not a sex conversation.
How did we get
We
here?
talking about age. We talking about age.
We got to change the
people.
title.
We
But
talking
the-
about
but the
age.
age- But the age is
We
what
talking
factors
about-
into all of that, though.
It
Even
is.
when it
You
comes
gotta
to
test
dating.
drive the whip before you drive off the lot.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, if I'm dating somebody younger and they're not sexually comfortable with themselves, or to know that sex is about pleasing the other person, we not gonna work because my level of sexuality and your level of sexuality are clashing.
Well, I think it's a relationship in general. It's a service industry. You know what I mean? Relationships in general. And then somebody just said I can't quote the brother, but a lot of times we go into relationships like, what can you do for me?
Right.
And when you're ready to be involved in a relationship,
What can I
it's
do
what
for
can
you?
I do for you?
Right.
You know what I mean? So when it comes to sexual pleasure and all that, y'all got a million ways to get off. Men, we got one.
I got a million ways.
If we not with you, we got
two.
one. I'm
You got
either
two.
right-handed or left-handed.
You got to.
If no, I'm saying, listen,
You're
if
both
we're not with the
hands,
opposite
hands.
sex,
Uh-huh.
if we're not with the opposite sex, we got one or two ways to get off. One or two ways. You got your left hand or your right hand.
You got them dogs, man.
I don't know nobody that got
It's no
one.
different from
I
a
don't know
woman. I
nobody
mean,
that
we
got
got our hands too. We just put something in it.
Y'all got vibrators,
Right.
dildos, this, that. Y'all got a lot of
All
stuff to
that.
get off to where it's like, when it comes to sexuality, yeah, a younger man, he's not going to be as accepting as an older man to want to come in the bedroom with a toy.
Well, that's why I wouldn't want to be with one. Because if I can't feel all the way comfortable with you in every aspect of us dating, then
Right.
you're not mature enough for me to be
I
with
ain't
you.
even trying to
But when
hide
you,
my
but listen,
vibrator.
Right. If
and
I
think
leave it
about
on the
this.
bed, you better clean it up
And
and put
think
it away
about
for me.
this.
I get it, the pillow.
Not saying the younger women aren't doing it, but think about this. When a man get up to 40 or 50 years old and he want to go back and find somebody 25 and under. Because they ready to go. They don't need a whole bunch of this engine, that engine. They got now I'm ready. No. She just ready to go. 25 and under. She ready to go.
30s, 25, yeah.
I need more place still.
I had a lot of sex, when I was 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It was like, yeah, we had sex. But when I hit 30, I want to have sex all day, every day, multiple times a day. Let's do it in this position,
'Cause I deserve
that
it.
position. So, no, I need
But it takes a
somebody that
lot
I'm
more.
sexually
It It takes a lot more once y'all get up.
That's just because by the time the partner that you're with doesn't feel like they want to put the foreplay into it anymore. The foreplay still matters.
It does.
Oh, you know, a younger dude, he don't get that at all.
At 20, you'll be dripping from a kiss.
Yeah. The right commercial gets you dripping from a kiss.
But that's the thing. The right person that had you dripping before the kiss even comes.
But what about if you've been dealing with that person for 4 years,
It doesn't
5
matter.
years, 10 years?
It doesn't matter. If I know what's good, and if you keeping it spicy in the bedroom, then the drip gonna come without the kiss. I mean, but it's right, the anticipation, because at the end of the day, realistically, different people make you react in different ways. I got people right now that they gotta rev the engine up, and I ain't even old, and then I got people that they ain't gotta do nothing. They just gotta hit the phone line like, "Hey, yo, I'm coming through," and my shit like, "Oh shit."
Because I was ready. We know that feeling. I don't know.
And what's the age difference?
It's not even really an age difference. It don't even have nothing to do with that.
I mean, are they the same age?
Relatively, a year or two. But that older one, it don't take nothing. It take that text message.
The same way, and niggas popping pills nowadays, right?
I don't need.
No, men.
Yes.
Popping pills.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
Young
trying to
ones,
go give me
old
some
ones.
ass. I'm about to pop a pill.
Yes. What is with that?
Some
Is that
younger
a
men,
trend
some men, depending on the woman too. If she's younger, they might not have to do nothing. They just the thought alone. Like, damn, I'm about to go give me some young ass. She 22. I can't wait to get up in this. I ain't gotta do nothing but show up and she be ready. I ain't gotta pop no pill tonight. I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? So is age a factor? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
One other thing I want to say, another reason why age is a factor and why I wouldn't date younger is because I have daughters, and I feel like if I'm dating a guy that's 25 and my daughter is 12 now, and we go the distance when he's 35 and she's 22, I might have to watch your ass around my child.
Right, because you didn't grow up with my kid.
You done grew up with my kid. You done watched her grow up. I can't have it.
I heard it.
So yes,
You gotta
age
watch
is
him,
definitely a factor as far as I'm concerned. It's just a no-go. As far as going younger.
For you?
Yeah, it's a factor.
It's a factor. It's a factor for you.
Absolutely.
Factor for you. So y'all saying 10, 7, 5? What's it for you? What did you say? What did you say, Sophia? What's the okay?
It depends.
It depends if you're going up or down.
It depends on the person too.
I'm on a case by case basis.
I'm 31, so 25 and under you're not in my. You're not in my bracket.
Right.
That's automatic off.
All right, we'll say no more.
Say no
Say
more.
no more.
We gotta glow like the chosen few. Just look at me and look at you. Yeah, it's noticeable.